So, I thought I would talk for a few minutes about burnout and what else can I talk about? Well, I opened the shop tonight. I had taken a break about like I did last year, and I had to for my physical health. And do I understand? There are people who could explain very well what goes on. Um, I'm not that good at explaining it. I just know what I experience, and it's physical overwhelm. I think at this point, doing readings in person, I think that would be okay. I think I would enjoy it, and I'd like to continue doing readings, and I'd like to help people more than I think that I have been able to, and I don't know how to change that, but yeah. So 6 years, really, it's a little over 6 years now of doing distance readings and being socially isolated, and everyone has limits. And I think about, I have enough to live on and I have a place to live, but I only charge $2 a reading. And I don't feel good about charging more than that, because people who have asked me for readings, to most don't have a high income. Some do, most don't, and most or don't treat me like a servant or a slave. Some do, all right, and that a person might or might not make a lot of money that does that. But anyway, so burnout. Physically, I think about when we do work and it is hard on our bodies, and we're not making a lot of money, and we have no status. And there are people that don't believe in me, I suppose. Well, in a few different ways, I think, but that don't think there's such a thing as intuition, that and all of that, I guess. And there are plenty of people like that. But I will say this: I started doing the work that I have been doing because I had to. What had I done? Well, I tried to work towards a career in my 20s, and I had a life for about 20 years, and earned one graduate degree and then another graduate degree, thinking that I would have stable profession, and yeah, my life was turned upside down. Did I do that to myself? No. And if anyone were to say, "Oh, spiritually, do you plan that?" I would say, "You are so fucking full of shit." And we don't see things quite the same way. And you might think people ask to be born, but I don't think so. I'm real pragmatic, and there are things that I don't agree with about, oh, it's in your highest good to lose the people that you love, and to lose your job, or to lose, things like that. No, that those are shitty life experiences, and people need support when those things happen. And you know, uh, but yeah, so, and often it is mental health care providers that respond to those things, and there needs to be more than that, I think. But in any case, burnout, yeah. So have I been on my feet in a factory? No, I haven't. But it has a real impact on my body and my physical health. And yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there's no way. I think I mean, I want to do readings. I want to keep doing readings. Some of my clients know they can write to me, and I'm here. And I'm kind of like a teacher, really. I think maybe that's what I feel like, an aunt, a teacher. But um, but the way things are, I can't continue. So yeah, what I'm hoping this year is that maybe some doors will open, and I will have the opportunity to do some work in person, and that I feel like just kind of has to happen, because I know I cannot force anything to happen. But yeah, burnout. I thought I would talk about that. What are the different things that contribute to burnout for different people? Everyone is different. Being socially isolated, that ain't healthy. It's not good for anyone. And yeah. And again, there are people who don't believe, in this kind of work and this kind of thing, work, whatever. Well, that's fine. I mean, everyone is different, and we have different life experiences, and what I think I have to know is that when it is like that towards me, I just have to sort of protect myself from those attitudes. But yeah, anyway, yeah, if you're feeling burned out, well, I hope your batteries get recharged. And if it's something where you know you need to make a change, well, don't ignore that.